Alright, let's try this again because it was a little bit too long to publish on the iPhone and I could have done it on the laptop. But you know what? Took the cord. Whatever. I don't care. Bro took the cord. Hell yeah. But seriously, this was a great night. WWE old school. Everything. There were so many legends. So many moments. I'll get to them as I can because the last recording had like 4 minutes of me just happy about it. I mean, can you not blame me? It was one of the greatest Raws ever. And I'll get to it as soon as I can, But we got to get to the main stuff first. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to fit it in the last recording. It didn't work out. Now, Team Survivor Series is a few days away. I kind of lost track there for a minute. You cannot have Survivor Series without a traditional Survivor Series matchup. And they finally made one. Team Mysterio versus Team Del Rio. Rey Mysterio is the captain. Team Mysterio, obviously. He'll have Big Show, Kofi Man. I can't stop saying that. I said that in the second recording too. But goddamn, you get some of the people get the joke, some people wouldn't. I don't know why, but Jesus. Okay, Kofi, MVP, Masters versus Big Show, but whatever. Versus Alberto Del Rio, Tyler Rex, not Kofi, but Cody Rhodes, All-American Jack Swagger, and Drew McIntyre. Now, normally, these Survivor Series matchups are unpredictable because if you think about it, it could be 5-on-1, 4-on-2, 5-on, it could be 1-on-1. And eventually might be 1-on-1, but you never know. Because we've had sole survivors of maybe all the members of the team. But it's a lot more balanced on Rey's Mysterio's team side. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of young talent on Del Rio's side. But I gotta go with the more balanced team in Team Mysterio. There is a tag team match. It'll be the Nexus, Gabriel and Slater versus Santino and Kozlov. And Kozlov and Santino won a number one contender match tonight, actually, on Old School Raw. Jimmy Superfly Snuka was in the corner of the Usos, who were Kozlov and Santino's opponents. But seriously, it would have been a much better moment if the Usos won. Because seriously, Superfly. Fucking Superfly, man. Hopefully, in their time and place, it'll happen. But that would have been a great moment with Tamina, Superfly, the Usos. I'm just saying, man. They should have won this. And to be honest, Santino and Kozlov will not win because they're kind of a joke tag team. I mean, sure, they're both very good contenders, very good superstars individually, but as a tag team. And certainly, don't get me wrong, Morella in his own right is a former Intercontinental Champion. But come on, they're a much bigger joke than they are. I mean, sure, they could pull the major upset, but I gotta go with the Nexus. I'm sorry. I've looked at this a million times, and I just shake my head at this. This is one of the biggest mistakes WWE has done in a long time. Sure, they deserve a shot, and they were going to get it eventually, but the Usos deserve one first. They have fucking Superfly in their corner. How can you say no to the Superfly, man? Goddamn. WWE. And speaking of Santino, good segue, but still. After the constant bullying of Sheamus and John Morrison saving each other, they will now go 1-on-1 in a normal matchup. And it's basically Ireland versus California. And I gotta go with John Morrison, just because Morrison has had his Sheamus' number for a while. The 2-on-1 handicap match, I don't know how Cole's gonna be after being beat by Mae Young. And yes, you heard me. Tonight on Old School Raw, Mae Young came back in her wrestling gear for her, once every 4-year matchup. It was going to come eventually. But I loved her comedy in there. I mean, she said, and she broke the PG era. she wanted to beat those sluts down. And I don't blame her. I loved the segment. And don't get me wrong, even though Mae Young won the match with helps of the Divas, a win is a win. Mae Young defeats the Lay Cool in a false count anywhere, no disqualification matchup. Which is probably why the Divas came out and helped her out. But still, a win is a win. And in that right, Mae Young should face the champions in 4 years. Because, I mean, seriously, I don't know if she's going to have another match very, very soon. But it would be funny as hell if it would be Natalya and Mae Young versus the Lay Cool. To unify both retarded belts. WWE makes more sense than you give credit for, because Mae Young beats the fucking champions. And they deserve to lose. They deserve to lose titles, in my opinion. You've heard it for months. But that just solidifies my point, that they deserve to lose the titles. And just are a horrible team. No hate comments, please. They will be deleted, and fuck you. The John Cena, Wade Barrett, Orton situation, I finally have a lot more respect for Cena. A lot more respect. Because, just because he's actually going to call down the middle. And he's not going to rig it. And I have a lot more respect for Cena after Piper's Pit on Old School Raw. Which, I mean, come on, I'm fucking happy right now. I'm fucking happy. So many legends, so little time. I mean, you want to watch the Raw, you want to find it on YouTube or whatever, I'm not going to spoil it. I spoiled a lot of it on the last recording and it wouldn't upload. So, I'm sorry, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. It's a great show, it's a great moment for me, it's a great moment for many people. One of the greatest Raws of all time. But seriously, John Cena is going to call down the middle. Either he's fired or free, doesn't matter. Either way, I have a lot more respect for him. And if he goes back on his word, all that respect's going right back down in the toilet where it was years ago for me. And with that said, Survivor Series is a few days away.